Since 1981, the absolute who's who of professional golf have journeyed to Sun City to compete for one of the game's most iconic titles. In the 41 editions so far of the tournament, there have been 28 different winners, 6 of which have been South Africans, claiming a collective 10 titles for the country. For local golfers growing up, Africa's major has always been right up there with the 4 traditional majors that they all want to compete in. Doing so, though, is not really that straightforward. The field for the NGC is a globally strong one, so there's the most limited of opportunities available for local players to tee it up here. But every year on the Sunshine Tour, the player who wins the season-long Order of Merit gets that golden ticket to compete. In the case of 23-year-old Sunshine Tour professional Ryan van Velzen, this amazing accolade and reward for consistent brilliance means he is making his NGC debut this year. In this episode of the series, Ryan will be joining us to talk about this, but first we must reintroduce my co-host, of course, Michael Flismus, who I reckon is one of the few guys as well that I know who may have seen all 41 playings of the Nedbank Golf Challenge so far. How's it, Michael?
Hi, Ben. Great to be back with you. Thanks.
Of course, I was only joking. You're not that old. But I mean, 41 playing of this tournament, and like I said in the intro, there has been 6 South African champions. So I thought, let's kick it off like that. As someone as knowledgeable about you, as you are, can you tell me the 6 South African champions of the Nedbank Golf Challenge over the years?
I can give it a good shot. We've got Grace, Immelman, Els, Goosen, Hilton Allen, and David Frost. And then, I don't know, when he's winning, Nick Price was born in Durban.
He was. He won 3 times, yeah, including the biggest margin of victory.
Correct, yes, absolutely. And then we had another Zimbabwean, Mark McNulty, who became the first African champion of the Nedbank Golf Challenge.
Oh, brilliant. And he was runner-up once before. I love sporting trivia, and this event just has so much of it. So this is a conversation we can have afterwards, or actually at the tournament itself. Maybe I can ask you some tougher questions going forward. But we are moving on to the next. We are moving on to the next generation, of course, of South African golf, and Ryan van Velzen is a fantastic example of this. He turned pro in 2021, and now at the age of 23, he's won 3 times on the Sunshine Tour, and as previously mentioned, the Sunshine Tour Order of Merit title, which has given him the golden ticket to this event. Ryan, thanks so much for joining us today.
Hi, Ben. Glad to be here.
So, Ryan, I mean, there's obviously a huge incentive. The Sunshine Tour is all about sort of, really realizing the potential, like a guy like yourself, and getting to this event is a huge draw card. When you were having this absolute heater of a season in 2023, was that in the back of your mind that all of these efforts could get you towards this event?
Not really. I didn't even think about it. I was just so focused on trying to do what I needed to do to get my DP tour card through the Sunshine Tour and try to get one of those top 3 spots. And I just kept playing nicely and kept getting myself in positions to have good results, and I got them.
Again, obviously that was a lot down to momentum, like getting a win's great, especially when you're young. That must be quite a thing. I remember watching you. I think it was the Limpopo Championship. That was your first time a lot of people would have actually seen who you are. How do you, as a player, like obviously everyone's got their processes, but how did you feel that you kept your momentum up so well during that season?
I think I was just so driven by trying to get results each and every week and focused on what I needed to do in my process, and I was just in a good headspace.
So you were born in 2001, am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to carry on with the trivia here. Do you know who won the Nedbank Golf Challenge in 2001?
I'm not sure.
Okay, it was Sergio Garcia, one of his 2 titles there. Which leads me to the question, I mean, what was your first sort of memory of the Nedbank Golf Challenge? And when did you really feel like, wow, this is something I would love to play in one day?
I've been a couple times when I was younger. I went once with my dad, and we watched Westwood win. I think he shot 62 or something that year for 1 round, which was crazy around there. And yeah, I've been a few times. It's an awesome event, and it's the one a South African golfer dreams of playing as a professional.
Now, I want to bring Michael in to talk a bit more about the Sunshine Tour, but just from a golfer's perspective, I often consider this when I'm watching pros play. Do you have tournaments or, sorry, like golf courses every single year that you look at and go, really like that course, I think it suits my game, I really back myself in those kind of tournaments?
Um, I've got courses that I've played well in the past. I've got good results at, so I tend to like those. But also, I've got some courses that I haven't really enjoyed the courses, and I've had good results at those courses as well. So I think it's just if you're playing well, you can play well at any golf course, and if you're just feeling good for the week.
So if I were to say Gary Player Country Club, what's your sort of gut feeling about how you could perform there in December?
I always enjoy playing that golf course. Gary did a great job with that golf course. Um, just the layout and all the clover shaped greens. You got to be very precise and got to hit your targets. But yeah, I've played well there. I haven't won there, but I came second last year in the blue label. Lost to a good friend Luca Filippi of mine. So I've played well there in the past. So I enjoy it.
Ryan, I've always felt that what sets South African golf, and sort of at a different level of many other sports is the ability to create a pathway for our young golfers. From amateur status, you can clearly see a progression that you can get to. You do this, this opens. You do this, this opens, and it becomes a very clear sort of vision for a young golfer. They can see themselves moving all the way to the top tours, to the majors. Was it like that for you as well? And can you just say how important that is when you're starting your career and looking to make an impact on the Sunshine Tour, that you can actually see those building blocks for yourself?
Yeah, well, I think Mr. Rupert and Golf RSA have done a great job in creating tournaments for us and creating good quality events and just providing us amateur golfers and junior golfers with the best opportunity we can to succeed. And they've created pathways onto the tours and given spots to amateurs into the Big Easy events and yeah, and the Sunshine Tour offer us all different routes onto European Tour, Asian Tour, into the majors, into the Nedbank like they did this year again. And yeah, they create opportunity for us, and we're just grateful for them.
And when we spoke during all of those wins that you had, and just what it meant for you, and the overriding message you said is you get that sense of belonging, that I belong out here. I can not just compete out here, I can win out here, but I belong at this level. An invite and an exemption to the Nedbank Golf Challenge is just a big rubber stamp, even more that that you belong in the upper echelons of world golf.
Yeah, I mean, the Nedbank's a huge event, and it's awesome to be a part of it and get to play against the best golfers in the world, which I've experienced a little bit now, and I'm learning each and every single day. And it's just being able to compete with those boys and the top players in the world and getting a sense of belonging, which you do get on the Sunshine Tour. I mean, we've got top class players, but to see the guys on TV and then play with them and realize, oh, I can actually do this. I can compete at it. It's a cool feeling.
And then just one more from my side, Ron. When you play, if you get the opportunity, but when you play alongside those guys like a Max Homer or a Will Zalatoris, or at that level, what do you as a fellow professional? You all hit the ball well, you all putt well, you all have great short games. What are you looking to learn from a player like that to employ in your own game?
Um, I think you won't learn anything technically or anything like that, but you will learn his mannerisms and if he gets into trouble, how he'll take his time to go through the shot, his process, and he won't rush into things or do any. He won't hit a shot if he's rushed. He'll make sure he's ready to hit the shot and 100% committed. So that's the kind of things that you can learn from players like that. Just how to handle your situations on the golf course a bit better.
So, Ryan, I know this episode's about you and professional golf, but I just want to give you a small insight into how, as everyday golfers, approach the Gary Player Country Club. We sort of get to that first tee, we have a look around, we really, really hope we have enough golf balls, and we hope we have enough hydration throughout the day. That's pretty much our game plan. And then we're nervous about golfers because we don't want to raise our bat. Now, for you coming into this tournament, okay, now you as a professional will deal with other things, as performance and obviously dealing with nerves. There's going to be a big crowd. You're a local favorite. The nerves are going to be up there. How do you sort of anticipate dealing with that, and how have you sort of got a process around that in the past?
So I've never really been overwhelmed by big crowds or anything. Of course, there's nerves on the first tee, but once you kind of get into the round, they go away, and it's kind of just a normal event. You get in your zone, and those things go away, all the distractions and everything. Yeah.
Well, I'm really glad you sound this confident. So now when I watch you on TV, I'm going to not be nervous for you. I'll be nervous myself watching. You know, like on a tournament week like this, it is a bigger occasion for you. I mean, what's your sort of local support look like? I mean, do you like having people around you, or is it very much just getting into the bubble you normally have on tour and just are focusing on that?
I quite often have a little support crowd that follows me. My girlfriend's stepdad, my parents, they like coming to watch. My girlfriend comes and watches often. So that's quite cool. I'm pretty sure there'll be a few guys coming out there to watch me, which will be quite special.
And do you have any strange sort of superstitions? Like, for example, you know, it's how you mark your ball in a certain tournament. Do you only use certain like number on your ball? Or is it something that like, you know, you feel like kind of adds to the noise of tournament play?
I wouldn't say I have any superstitions or anything like that. I play with any number golf ball. I just pick out a marker for the day. I don't have any special markers or anything.
Something else I always wonder when, you know, when it comes back to wanting to play the best on tour, like, do you feel you get a bit of an edge playing with someone that you know, whose game you know, or do you like it when it's just someone out of the blue and you can like maybe focus more on yourself with no distractions or anything like that?
Well, playing with someone you know their game a bit, so you can judge a little bit on what club they're hitting and what kind of pace they're hitting the putt. You can learn a bit from them during the round. But I mean, I don't mind playing with guys I don't know. It's still pretty cool. Hopefully, we play with some guys with a lot of experience and I can learn from them.
So now going into the weekend, you've had 2 solid days. Who would be, if you were to have like an absolute fantasy kind of choice here, who would be the 2 players in the current Nedbank Golf Challenge field that you would love to play a weekend round with?
I think I'd love to play with Max Homer. He seems like a cool dude. He just seems like a funny guy. Quite humorous. So that could be quite cool. And or even Will Zalatoris. He's a great golfer. I've enjoyed watching his golf. So that could be cool.
So, Ryan, the final question I'd like to wrap it up is that we know that, you know, you don't just play events kind of in isolation. There's a lot of momentum in professional sport. What does your sort of run into the tournament look like, you know, as far as your tournament schedule and, you know, will you be taking off weeks here and there, or is it pretty much flat out between now and the 5th of December?
I think I've got 3 weeks off now. So I'm just prepared so I'm starting my DP season in Australia 2 weeks before the Nedbank. And then from there, I'll finish on the Sunday and fly out to Qatar to play in the International Series event on the Asian Tour. And then that ends on a Saturday, and I'll be home by Sunday and get to Sun City by Monday to go get ready for the Nedbank.
Okay, so that's quite the schedule. Well, Ryan, you're young, you can travel. I'm sure you're very durable. You're confident, as we picked up in this conversation today. I wish you nothing but the absolute best in your debut in this event. And I know it's not going to be a one and out. I mean, this is something that's going to be in your schedule now going forward. And I think I speak on behalf of all South African golf fans that we are very much behind you and wish you all the absolute best in the tournament.
Thanks, Mr. Ben. Thank you.
Michael, we are going to wrap it up there. I know in our next episode, we've got another young rising star. It really is. I mean, it's just so great having chats with guys like Ryan, and of course, our next guest as well, because something you've always said to me is that we have such a great proving ground in the Sunshine Tour. We have such a great event like the Nedbank Golf Challenge to actually aim these talents at. And the thing is, they're stepping up. I mean, you heard him. He's 23. He doesn't seem two-faced at all.
Very confident, and you know what I like about the current generation, they know what works for them. They know what they need to do out there, and they're not too phased with what's going on around them. They figure out very quickly what they need to do and what is their success, and they stick to it. They stick to that process, and yeah, I think as Ryan said as well, the work being done by Golf RSA to expose our young golfers to international competition even more makes that transition from amateur to pro ranks just that much easier for them, and you can see it, as you say, in the calm confidence that they have out there.
Absolutely. So more of that calm confidence in the next episode. Thanks, Michael. Catch you then.
Thanks, Ben. Look forward to it.
As neither you nor I are as good at golf as Ryan, here is some info on how you can experience the NGC this year. General tickets, along with exciting new luxury public hospitality options, are available either by going to nedbankgolfchallenge.com, or you can drop an email with your requests to ngchospitality@suninternational.com. The quality of this year's field will be matched by the world-class quality of hospitality options for fans, including the new Hospitality Lounge and the premium Hospitality on the 18th. The new luxury public hospitality lounge is aimed at elevating the normal day visitor experience with the brand new hospitality lounge located close to the public village. The package fee will include obviously your entrance to the Nedbank Golf Challenge, but you'll also get accreditation for the exclusive access to the hospitality lounge, a premium buffet including breakfast, lunch and afternoon snacks, a fully stocked open bar, all-day access to the coffee station, live television feed of the play, live entertainment, daily player autograph opportunities, a sunscreen station, daily prizes and competitions, and official Nedbank Golf Challenge merchandise. The hospitality on 18th offers prime Nedbank Golf Challenge viewing in an air-conditioned luxury suite overlooking the 18th green with an undercover terrace. Fans will be able to enjoy an upmarket food experience, a premium tournament beverage bar, and live TV feed of the NGC. Its premier location also allows fans to enjoy the nearby Africa's Mini Major Putt-Putt tournament. From here, you can also visit the merchandise marquee, or you can venture out onto the golf course itself to follow one of your favorite golfers. The package fee will include your entrance to the Nedbank Golf Challenge, accreditation to enter the Hospitality on 18th, a premium buffet offering for breakfast, lunch, and afternoon snacks. Of course, you'll also get the premium stock bar, an all-day coffee station, live TV feed of the day's play, daily player autograph opportunities, sunscreen station, and a limited edition VIP package Magnum of wine. You also get an official branded Nedbank Golf Challenge shirt and cap. And of course, on top of that, you also get the Buffalo Trace Bourbon Whiskey tasting. There is also the opportunity to purchase additional package add-ons. These include access to the official welcome dinner and the beach party, as well as golf at the Lost City Golf Course on that week. That sure is a lot to consider and to enjoy, so to book, please email ngchospitality@suninternational.com. Thanks for joining us. Catch us back for the next episode of the Road to NGC podcast series presented by Sun International, where we have another NGC debutante with us.